is getting underway.
Thanks, Johnny. It's absolutely two teams here with contrasting goals here. One, as you mentioned, is just trying to get an assessment of the conditions, considering from the 7th onwards, they'll be going head-on against the hosts. Not to forget what a wonderful addition the previous one did USA have in their home conditions, managed to make it to the Super 8 and hence got this automatic qualification. And the other end, we've got an India A side, the French players trying to make a name for themselves against a very, very strong USA team.
A real strong side, plenty of talent all the way through. Plenty of talent all the way through. And it looks like getting us underway just below us here from the media end is Surab Netravalkar. He's going to be bowling just down below us here. Left arm, 34 years of age, 41 T20Is so far. And this will be a really interesting contest first up. All right, it's gone miles. What a start. Does it clear the fence? Not quite, one bounce. What a shot.
There's one thing, Johnny, that someone like a Priyansh Arya would really fancy against similar kind of a pace around the 130 kilometers per hour of sort of Netravalkar. He did get that slight bit of shape, but that was wonderful for a Priyansh Arya. Just fancies that kind of a length, that kind of a line, just like a very recent, very famous Abhishek Sharma. Just getting off to a wonderful, delightful start here, Priyansh.
Shades of shape away from the left armour, from the left-hander. How much better? Right up in the block hole.
Right, much better this time from Netravalkar. We've seen how good Netravalkar was in the previous edition. Played a lot of his early days cricket here from the Mumbai Cricket Association. Has also played first-class cricket for the Mumbai team. From there, what a journey this has been. Mind you, a very, very good academic student. Done his engineering and then finally got himself a very, very impressive job in USA and now doing what he loves the most, playing cricket for USA.
Yeah, very talented side, this USA side. Of course, playing in their, well, they will be playing in their second ICC World Cup. That's more runs there. Just be a single. Nicely played on the onside by Priyansh Arya.
Right, Priyansh Arya would always fancy that kind of a length. So Netravalkar this time just trying to tuck it in. No room on offer. Hence you saw that slight miscue from Priyansh Arya. Immediately in those shadow drills you can see he wanted to go over mid-off. Just about the perfect line for someone as dangerous as Priyansh Arya.
This will be a different setup here with Jagadisan, the right-hander. The left armour will be looking to bring the ball back in and threaten those wickets, threaten the stumps. Nicely played, won't be a run there.
Yeah, talking about Jagadisan, very recently took over the reins of captaincy for the Tamil Nadu cricket team. Who can forget that triple hundred that he scored in the Ranji Trophy as well, those delightful hundreds in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. This season has been slightly lean for him and for his state team, still trying to get that combination right. The younger Tamil Nadu side, they tried many under 23 players for their main team. But Jagadisan has been a wonderful talent. Very recently in that series in July on the tour of England, he was a backup wicketkeeper.
Yeah, very strong Indian A side. Came to British shores this summer. A very mature side we have in front of us as well. Oh, that's smashed. Well, that ricochet will definitely save the boundary. Nearly cleaned up the ICC official as well. Rohan Pandit was diving for cover there.
Now you can understand why those protective gears were used by some of the umpires. So how quickly that evasive action was taken by, as you mentioned, Rohan Pandit. And that threw him off guard, getting his sway absolutely spot on there. Helped by that big left mitt of Netravalkar. But now this will be a nice challenge, Netravalkar to Priyansh.
Certainly saved a certain boundary. Hit like an absolute tracer bullet. Probably just as well he got a hand on it, otherwise Rohan Pandit might have been in trouble. Down the leg side, I think that will be bowled again. No, just a flick of the pads. There we go, end of the first over. 6 without loss. India A. Opening the bowling up from the D.Y. Patil Stadium end is Ali Khan, one of the veterans in this USA side. He's been around a while. Right arm fast medium, 35 years of age. And straight on a line and length first up.
Slightly round armish action there for Ali Khan. Can get the idea what he's trying to aim at, just trying to get that ball to tail from around the middle and leg stump. He's got a feel which suggests he has protection on both ends, a square. He's got a deep point, a deep square leg. Interesting what kind of tactics does Jagdeesan apply, or does he look to talk the ball, or will he be happy to just rotate the strike initially, get an idea of the conditions, get Priyansh Arya on strike?
Oh, good work there at short mid-wicket. Almost through. Get through for another single.
Yeah, this is always going to be a test for someone like a Jagdeesan. Usually you associate him with getting runs in the longest format in the one-dayers. This T20 times just seem to be like a fish out of water for him. Yeah, not intending to put the mockers on him, but very interesting how he'll go in this power play. He's got an opportunity, a wonderful opportunity this. All these games keenly watched by the selectors, by the team management. Can he impress with some nice scores here?
Oh, super shot. Oh, I think that carries the ropes as well. We'll have to wait for confirmation. Up and over. It's a beautiful bit of batting by Priyansh Arya.
We'll wait for the confirmation, but from where we are, if our eyesights are good, I felt just about bouncing in front of the ropes. Umpire Seshan just having it checked. A delightful batter, Priyansh Arya, when he's on song inside the power play. That ball nicely tailing in. Yeah, you got it wrong there. John, you got it right. A sixer. Both hands raised. A wonderful start here by Priyansh.
Just got inside the line nicely. Go for a run here. Will be tight, will it? No, not quite. Direct hit would have been interesting.
For me, what I'll be interested in when Priyansh Arya is batting is how he fares outside of the power play. Usually associate himself with getting those exciting starts inside the power play, but once after that 6-over mark, does he have it in him to carry on? We saw how wonderful Ishan Kishan was in the recently concluded T20I match. If you want to push these kind of guys, you need to get those big scores.
And that has carried the distance. No, not quite. One bounce. Wasn't exactly where he wanted it to go, but effective nonetheless at another boundary.
When I start this for Jagdeesan, just felt that he was slightly running out of time, considering the kind of mood Priyansh Arya is in. You do not want to lag too far behind when your other partner is going hammer and tongs and you're sort of eating up deliveries. Nice start this for Jagdeesan.
Oh, that's beautifully played. Off the pads of Jagadisan, straightment to mid-wicket. End of another pretty good over as far as India are concerned. Galloping along nicely. And Kumar is into the attack. Oh, that has gone miles. And he's greeted with a 6 first up.
What a start to the over, just about when you felt that the ball might just grip on this surface. Nicely skidding onto the bat. Excellent strike this by Priyansh Arya.
Good use of the... That's another one. Couple of bounces. Nicely played through the offside. Back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, more bad news here for Milind Kumar. This time on the other side. It was full and wide outside the off stump. There was a long off in place. The kind of form, the hitting form that Priyansh Arya is in. Yeah, meat and drink stuff for Priyansh.
Goes again. Won't get it through this time. Managed to rotate the strike nicely though. That's come nicely again. Oh, it's a good shot. And that's 3 back-to-back.
Well, if you're looking to stop a certain Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma on the 7th of February, this kind of stuff will really not assist you in doing that. Pretty ordinary stuff inside the power play from Milind Kumar. This time, the turn of Jagdeesan making merrier.
This is a very good start. I can see why Milind Kumar has been giving a run out. The off-spinner turning the ball away from the left armour, the left-hander. That's more runs, that's 4 in a row. Oh, that's terrifically picked up. Fabulous by Jagdeesan.
Well, very recently we saw that 275 being scored by India. Yeah, the kind of mood that both these openers are in, that surely would be in danger. Milind Kumar, 4 boundaries in 4 deliveries.
Terrific striking. Won't get a fifth. Much better length that. Well, finishes a very, very expensive over indeed. 37 without loss. And well, India A are off to a fabulous start here. Jesse Singh into the attack, 32 years of age. Played 30 matches so far in his T20I career. 8.54 economy. Best of 3 for 22. That's what bowled. Just stops the carnage. Couple of just one off the last couple of deliveries.
If you're talking about USA, you can just understand what they're trying to get off this match. Just trying to get a nice idea of the conditions. They're going to face a very, very strong Indian team on the 7th of February. But the kind of carnage that they've faced in these first 3 overs, you don't want to dent your confidence as well.
Not quite. Doesn't quite evade the man just on the edge of the circle on the leg side. Yeah, that crunch match coming up between these two sides will be absolutely fascinating. Of course, they played each other in the last World Cup. India just getting home in a really tight affair in New York.
How wonderful the USA in that edition. Got the better of Pakistan. Got the better of Pakistan. Eventually, they even made it through to the Super 8s and hence got this automatic qualification in this edition of the T20 World Cup. Not to forget, there are so many expats in this team. Certain Harmeet Singh, Saurabh Netrawalkar, Shubham Ranjane, Milind Kumar, all of these guys have a prolific first-class record. They got an opportunity from a completely different national team, the USA national team, but they'll be mighty, mighty proud of their effort.
You talk about the strength and depth, of course, in the Indian game. The USA getting another opportunity to play them in an ICC competition. Of course, coming through into the group stages in the last campaign at home, and that win against Canada and that win against Pakistan enabled them to get enough points to get into the next phase of the competition that guaranteed them direct entry into this World Cup. Well, they'll be looking to try and hang on to that status by getting to the Super 8s again. Oh, in the air. Oh, and safe as well. Wasn't exactly where he was looking. Runs nonetheless through third man for Arya.
Yeah, fortuitous boundary. This I like the line from Jesse Singh. He's trying to cramp Priyansh Arya up. Just trying to stay away from his preferred square and over mid-off kind of an area. Yeah, much better lines, but the kind of mood that Priyansh is in this pitch completely suiting his batting style.
Yeah, average first inning score at this ground is 170. A score of 209. Might threaten that here today. Well, that's flicked nicely in the air. This will be a chance, will it? It will. Oh, good grab. Just finding the man just behind square on the leg side. Literally picked him out.
Yeah, that's exactly been an Achilles heel for Priyansh Arya. That line around the middle and leg stump, cramping him, just unable to get that whip over deep square leg. Easy catch snapped up.
Yeah, Yeah, nice grab. Yeah, good grab indeed. Really good grab by Sanjay Krishnamurthy. Really, really good grab. 43 for 1 after 4. Very good start for India A here. So much strength and depth in this Indian A side. A very mature side. Surab Netravalkar will take the next over. Oh, Verma, he's got... Oh, goes straight away. What a start. And goes all the way. Terrific start by Jagdishan.
I was just about to say that with the departure of Priyansh Arya, a certain Netravalkar would have been very, very happy, but more bad news here for Netravalkar. Jagdishan taking over that role from Priyansh Arya nicely into the slot, trying to tail it back into Jagdishan. Yeah, more food for thought for Monang Patel. Netravalkar is it's been wonderful with the new ball, with the old ball, with in those final overs. He's so smart. Some cause of concern is coming up around the wicket now.
Yeah, interesting change of angle. Just lose some of your potency with this change of angle. And Jagdishan drives again. This might be tight. No, wasn't gathered on the edge of the circle. Boy, he's going nicely, isn't he? 21 off 12.
Well, he's changed the field a bit. He's got long on in position coming around the wicket, trying to cramp certain Jagdishan. But Jagdishan's ideas are pretty much clear. Staying besides the line of the ball, trying to go over covers and mid-off. Yeah, nice tussle going on here. We're into the 5th over. They've already achieved the 50 runs. And something which the Indian team management would be watching very, very closely and keenly is how certain Mr. Tilak Verma fares in this match.
Yeah, struggling with an injury recently. He'll play a big part, of course, in the Men's T20 World Cup, and just been giving it a run out just to make sure he's got a little bit of conditioning before the tournament starts. Nicely bowled. Much better to the left-hander. Verma.
Yeah, he'll take his time, and he should rightly do that. Coming out of a surgery, coming out of a layoff. No harm in just getting an idea, getting into the flow of things. And once he gets an idea of the conditions, such a wonderful, delightful batter as Tilak Verma.
Yeah, wonderful player. Got a terrific record in IPL and domestic order. And domestic cricket, plays, of course, for Mumbai Indians. One of the most complete young batters. Oh, sliced. Oh, he'll get away with that one. Just landing in the outer. They'll get away for a single.
Yeah, that could be nerves for Tilak Verma. It's one thing getting hours in the nets and in match simulation, but completely different thing when you're in a match in game time. That's a completely different beast which Tilak Verma will have to overcome. Never easy, even if you're a top batter, to come out of an injury layoff, something that Tilak Verma will have to overcome.
Much better. Having gone for a 6 first up and just dragged that length back, and the next 3 balls, or the next 4 balls have been really impressive. by Netravalkar.
He's trying to stay beside the line that Jagdishan, but the smart thing that Netravalkar did there, just got those fingers rolling over those seam, just trying to get that pace off. Not enough a skid on this surface to enable that shot off the back foot past covers or mid-off. Yeah, nice bowling here from the experienced Netravalkar.
That's worked nicely. Again, it's a good finish to the over. Just 4 runs coming off the final 5 balls. Still 11 off the over. 53 for 1 after 5.
USA winning the toss and no hesitation in bowling here, but India would not be complaining at this stage for the way they've got off to that flying start at the expense of Priyansh Arya. Netravalkar now, after 2 overs, makes way. Yeah, he's running well. Close call. Very good evening, Paul Valtati.
Good evening, Mikhail. Nice start this for Tilak Verma. You just need to get that adrenaline going, those muscles going on once again. They might have surely shut shop after that surgery. So important for someone like a Tilak Verma to keep getting that rhythm going, the bat flow going. Very soon, surely he'll be joining the main team. Is when India Cup opener.
He's so important to their plans, Tilak Verma, for the way he's played his cricket in the shot. Jasdeep Singh. That's why everyone will be attentive to the way he approaches his game. Match.
Rightly put, Mikhail. So important for Tilak Verma, very important clog in the batting wheel of the Indian team. Yes, you found a very capable soldier in Ishan Kishan, but still you want someone like a Tilak Verma who's been there, done that in big matches. Who can forget that important knock of his in that Asia Cup T20 final against the staunch Pakistanis. Got a wonderful result for him in that match. Once again, time and again, he's trying to tilt towards that plan, staying besides the line. This is something which Jagdishan can ill afford, not eat up too many deliveries inside this power play.
Healthy competition in the Indian side, as you rightly mentioned. Players pushing each other for places, so ideally you'd be cued into the situation where you want to give a good account of yourself. Jasdeep Singh, the 4th bowling option used by USA. Generating some pace and bounce. Looks a nice even wicket. 4 on the off inside the dial with a cover sweeper. And a deep backward square leg. Still 3 balls left before the field restrictions will be lifted. And that's why you sense Jagdishan is going hard. Just wants to maximize the remaining deliveries.
Yeah, and talking about maximization, we've seen recently the power score on this kind of a surface where the ball is nicely skidding on to the bat. Might even fancy a 70 to 75 kind of a score. Mind you, yes, it's a warm-up fixture, but none of these India A boys would be taking that as a warm-up fixture. It's a platform, it's an opportunity for them to impress upon the Ajit Agarkar selection committee. The team management as well will closely and keenly following the performances. Someone like a Jagdishan, very important, he gets those good runs here. Just about shanking it, a close call there. Harmeet Singh at mid-on. Probably was camping on his heels there, wanted to go square on the offside. Jagdishan, the preferred area for him. A late call, but good thing that Verma responded.
We were just talking about Tilak Verma. Good to see him scamper there for that single. Last played in December 19, 2025 in the 5-match T20I series against New Zealand. Great numbers at number 3. The top 3 in Indian cricket right now is quite a contest. Augurs well. Another quick single towards mid-off. This could be close, a direct hit, but he's a very fine sprinter and a very fine athlete, Tilak Varma.
Yeah, nice signs of his fitness being regained there. Tilak Varma sprightly running through for that single. Yeah, coming back to your point of the top 3, yeah, certain Sanju Samson would be feeling that pressure if Tilak Varma is one of the main batters. If he gets his form and fitness back, you already have an Ishan Kishan, who is a wicket-keeper himself, getting that important runs, not just in recently concluded India versus New Zealand series, but also in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, in that final getting that 100. So there's a string of good scores from Ishan Kishan. So someone like a Sanju Samson would surely be feeling the heat. Yeah, not sure if the T20 side can have the luxury of fielding 2 wicket keepers. Nice strike this to the left of extra, beating that deep fielder comfortably. Nice end to the power play. 61 for 1. Yeah, Jesse Singh, just that round armish action when there's a lack of swing. The only swing that you're going to get is the bat swing of the batter. Just nicely sliding into the arc of Jagdeesan. Very interesting, Mikhail, will be after this short break how the spinners fare on this pitch.
Yeah, good start for India. Put into bat, 61 for 1. Priyan Sharia back in the dugout. Did play another flashy innings. Sometimes it's not about a strong start for a top order batter. It's the solid longevity you can show in that innings of yours as well. As we see spin, Harmeet Singh, he's been a fine campaigner. Played a lot of cricket in Mumbai. Paul Waltadi knows a thing or two more about him. We'll certainly pick his brains at some point in time. I've seen him in action in recent times in franchise cricket. Very gutsy cricketer. Now the matchup will come into play with the left-handed Tilak Varma facing up to him in over number 7. And the field spread out now that the field restrictions are lifted as well. Just like the way he mixes things up, Paul. You've seen a lot of Harmeet Singh.
Yeah, there's a story and a half about Harmeet Singh. Who can forget that India Under-19 World Cup campaign under Unmukh Chand? That's when Ian Chappell made that prediction that one day Harmeet Singh would surely be playing international cricket. Well, that prediction has turned out to be true, only the jersey is different. Harmeet Singh, what a wonderful talent he is, especially if I may use the word was for the Mumbai State team. Started off with a lovely fifer against the Railways side, got so many wickets in first class cricket, also ended up playing the Irani Trophy for the West of India side. And rightly put, Mikhail, he's been wonderful in franchise cricket, turns up for the MI Seattle Orcas, also very recently turned up for the Sharjah Warriors, got in nice overs, frugal overs, and also some important runs down the order. Home conditions here for Harmeet Singh, must have played many a times club cricket, corporate cricket at the D.Y. Patil here. It's a different gig. Turning out for his national side, the USA team is one of the main reasons why USA did so well in that previous edition where they ended up in that Super 8s.
Yeah, they have these players who can end up as match winners on the given day. Talk about the wicketkeeper as well of USA standing behind the stumps. Andreas Gauss, firecracker of an opening batter, remember, calling for one of the franchise games where he got a quick fire century. Nicely flicked away, that's in the gap, and it splits the fielders in the deep as well. That's the class of Tilak Varma. Just the placement and timing on it, as long on and deep mid-wicket went a slugfest to pull it back, but Tilak finds the boundary.
A nice choice of words, Mikhail, class, and surely that shot was full of it. Firstly to pick the trajectory and then to have that composure and the ability to pierce that gap. Deep mid-wicket, put in the dive, but came second in that contest.
Smart operator Tilak Varma. Talk about Narayan Jagdishan. His list A scores in recent times are phenomenal because in the last 7 games he's got 450s and a century as well in list A cricket for his state side Tamil Nadu. Sometimes you've got to back form irrespective of the format, just the way he's middling and the kind of nick that he's in. Single down to long off will also mean Jagdishan will keep strike for over number 8. 8 runs coming off this over. We are coming to you live from the D.Y. Patil International Cricket Stadium here in Navi Mumbai. It's the warm-up fixture between USA and India A, and we are seeing a very nice turnout as well. They love their cricket in this part of the world. And some spin now. We saw Harmeet Singh, and from the other end it's going to be the mystery spinner Milind Kumar. Pulled, that's in the gap, and that will cut through every blade of the grass to run away for a boundary. Another decisive hit from the bat of Jagdishan.
Well, in that first over of Milind Kumar, there was no mystery that remained unsolved as far as the batting unit was concerned. 23 runs in that over of his, and once again the boundary has been his good friend. First ball, a 4 for Jagdishan, up in the air, neat, clean, deep strike into the stands.
Well, that was almost caught in the crowd. Would have made for a spectacular effort by one of the fans, but look at the connection over here. He's an incredible striker, Jagdishan. There again gets into good position very early and uses the long handle to very good effect to find the stands. And this is a good start to over number 8, 10 runs of the first 2. Work to do for the field at deep point. He'll come around it, Jasdeep Singh, and the batters will come back for the second. So it's a good momentum over here for India.
I tell you what, Mikhail, many a times, especially in modern day cricketing parlance, we use the terms as power hitting, nice strong base, but there's one virtue which is very, very important in T20 batting, and that is known as targeting your bowlers. And surely have the Indian batters seem to take a liking for Milind Kumar's off-spin. They've targeted him, already leaked 31 runs in just 9 deliveries in a spell. If he's going to be one of your 5 or 6 bowling options, Monang Patel will really have some boxes to be ticked.
He's going hard at this one, and that will go for another 4. Just the manner in which Jagdishan is playing his cricket against Milind Kumar here. Some treatment.
What he's trying to do is try and get the square cut on for Jagdishan. He's trying to bowl it short, wide, probably thinking that Jagdishan might just cut it for a single. But what Jagdishan has done is covered the line and went over extra. Smart batting this.
Shot again, that's going to be another 4. Don't bother running because he's in full control of it. The placement, and he races to a whirlwind 50 up Jagdishan. What an innings he is playing. Sublime touch, solid in defence.
But I don't feel you'll see a third over from Milind Kumar. Nice batting from Jagdishan. Enough backspin on that delivery. Using the depth of the crease. So good to see from a prolific Jagdishan.
You can make as many changes in the field you want, but you need to find the lengths as a bowler here. Not helping his cause is Milind Kumar. Another short ball, luckily straight to the fielder. 20 runs of over number 8, and India are on the highway to a very big score. It's 89 for 1. Harmeet Singh into his second. That takes it on the 4, through extra cover, beats the fielder at short cover, and that'll go for another 4. I tell you what, don't bother running at the moment if you're batters, because the bowlers and the fielders are chasing leather here.
And also, Mikhail, to be honest, there's nothing wrong that Harmeet Singh did. Nice low full toss, one of the toughest deliveries to execute for a batter when he's in the mood to tong the ball. The kind of composure, the form, the Tilak Verma is an excellent striking this by Tilak.
Opportunity over long off, and that'll be 6. For a moment, Tilak Verma would have thought he's found the fielder right down his throat, but that one was thundered over long off. What a hit.
The fielder at long off should have really done better than what he did. Harmeet once again trying to stay away from the arc of Tilak Verma. This time didn't probably get enough elevation on that. Long off surely should have covered ground slightly better. Not for a catch, he could have tried and stopped those runs. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, the fielder at long off, Harmeet would not be happy with that kind of an effort. Really, he's got more problems. Tilak Verma seeming to be in full flow and nice rhythm here.
Brave decision here, Paul, to get a left-arm spinner with a left-handed Tilak Verma on strike. You talk about matchups in T20 cricket. Cut away, straight to short third. And by his own standards, Sanjay Krishnamurthy at long off would have not been happy with that effort, because I've seen him taking some screamers in franchise cricket.
Yeah, and as you mentioned about matchups, and that's exactly where you want to support your bowler. Mentioned about Sanjay being a live wire in the field. This kind of an opportunity which was created by Harmeet. A game of fine line and margins. Imagine if Sanjay would have pouched that. You see the back of Tilak Verma. Suddenly you see a right-handed batter coming in. Then Harmeet can string in some 4 overs. It's just a game of fine line and margins. Especially for someone like Harmeet, who's a finger spinner in these middle overs where the batters are really looking to maintain that momentum created inside that power play, and then creating a nice platform for the big hitters to finish big.
100 coming up courtesy of those 2 runs played towards cover sweeper. Really like the way Tilak Verma is running. Just erases all doubt about him coming out of some kind of injury, surgery, recovery. Just feels he's playing from where he last left, and that's wonderful. Goes for the reverse, takes it on the full, and fetches the distance as well. Hits it with an air of authority. Tilak Verma in some audacious mood.
And this is high quality batting from Tilak Verma. Once again, nothing wrong that Harmeet did there. Fired in that Yorker. Pretty much got that execution right as well. But the execution of that switch, it was even better from Tilak Verma. Delightful striking here from Tilak.
And pressure will be on the bowlers. They'll be on their toes. Smart cricketer. Busy cricketer Tilak Verma. Just keep everyone on the edge of their seat. Even the commentators when he's in the middle. Another productive over. 20 of the last. 16 of this. It's been a very good passage of play for India. 106 for 1. India have raced to 106 for 1 in only 9 overs. They're touching 12 and over at the moment. And all of a sudden, Monang Patel, the captain of USA, would be thinking that spin's not working for me. Should I move to pace? How can I eke out a wicket here? What's going through your mind if you're in the USA dugout, Paul?
Yeah, clearly that Carnage and Milind Kumar face has thrown the skipper Monang Patel off his ideas, bringing in Shubham Ranjane into the attack. Shubham Ranjane, another product of the Mumbai cricketing stable, played a lot of his cricket here in D.Y. Patil. Yeah, will there be enough grip for someone like a Shubham Ranjane who tilts usually towards those pace-off options, change in pace, would occasionally throw in that wide Yorker. But will he be able to stop this carnage by Tilak Verma, especially? So how wonderful he was against Harmeet in that last over.
Hey, you talk about warm-up games for sides of coming to play the World Cup. Paul, I asked the captain of USA as well, what's on agenda? He spoke about combination. But what's the larger picture in a game like this? Put your players through different situations, adverse situations. See them if they can grab the opportunity in adversity.
Yeah, Mikhail, with barely days and hours left for your first game, you do not want to look in at combinations, or rather look for answers for a playing 11. Yes, you want your main players to get through those important pockets of play. You mentioned about the power play, these middle overs, who's going to be your go-to bowler or batter, times who's going to be your delegated death over specialist. These kind of boxes for a skipper, for a team management, you want to tick. That exactly what would be on the agenda of Monang Patel. Many times when you're a A-grade cricketer, you're staring upon a mega event, beautiful running between the wickets once again here, between Jagdeesan and Tilak Verma. I can vouch as a batter, you're just looking to find your best gear, what kind of bat would suit a D.Y. Patil kind of a pitch, red soil pitch here. They'll find similar kind of conditions in Wankhede. Just getting through those kind of small nitty-gritties, which kind of a gear would assist your hitting in the power play, what kind of a weight of a bat would you want to use outside of the power play. Yeah, but you always want to get through these kind of warm-up games with more green flags rather than red flags.
Yeah, more the green flags, more the great news. You could sense a lot of perspiration happening because it's very humid in this part of the world, and sometimes those pearls of sweat just trickle down from your forehead into your eyes, and the burning sensation and creates a bit of a problem with your vision as well. That's why sometimes you see batters wearing a bit of a scarf on their head to soak that sweat. And there it is, the towel comes out, it's a lovely vibe, the DJ is getting everyone on their feet. He's belting some lovely songs, and so is Paul Valtati enjoying the music as well. You can shake a leg, Paul.
And I felt, Mikhail, we're still in the winter season here in Mumbai. Yeah, but the humidity can be really tough on the players. 9.3 then, it's 109 for 1.
Ah, just over, backward point. That was a tease to the fielder there. And it was Saiteja Mukamala.
Yeah, I just felt Jagdishan was in control there. Played it over point intentionally. Yes, he wanted much more pace on that. A nice use of the bottom man by Jagdishan, just getting under the trajectory, getting enough on that wide Kookaburra. Jagdishan himself, he's playing a nice hand here, 56 of 29 deliveries.
Right, Paul, you see a lot of invention these days with the game reaching different stages in terms of its advancement. What are your thoughts on bowlers shifting sides over the wicket, around the wicket, in between their overs? Is there experimentation or more to it?
Well, if you can get the alignment right, firstly, I'm a fan of that. If you can just change the angles just at times for a power striker, for a batter who just get into a nice sort of a hitting rhythm, it just throws you out. But then you need to get your angles and especially your fielder spot on. Coming around the wicket, you want a deep point in place, which exactly he has done now. So this should have been done before that boundary was hit. This is always something which will be on the cards when you're trying to throw that ball wide outside the off stump. You need more protection there.
Slices it, just falls short at the fielder at deep point. And they're living dangerously, but they're certainly going with a calculated approach here, both these India A batters, and they're benefiting as well. Another decent over coming India's way. As many as 8 runs coming off it at the halfway mark. India in command, 114 for 1. Yeah, great settings, great evening. The twilight zone, the sun is just about dipping here in this part of the world. And the two blues are in action, USA versus India A in this warm-up fixture from the D.Y. Patil Cricket Stadium. You can expect a run fest. That's because India A have begun well and a big score is loading. Just the right time to welcome my co-commentator this evening. Just a couple of hours ago was commentating the ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. He's here for the World Cup warm-up matches. Johnny Marin, very good evening.
Oh, yes, indeed. And what a start for the Indian A. That has been dispatched. That has gone absolutely miles. What a hit. One of the biggest sixes of the afternoon so far. Jagdishan, what a blow.
Yeah, just everything right about that shot. The slow delivery picked up, full follow-through of the bat, strong base and long levers, and more importantly, nonchalantly just cleared into the stands. This boy is some talent. Narayan Jagdishan. He's been around for a while. He had his T20 debut in 2017, almost a decade.
A lovely, elegant prayer. Found the gap again, has he? No, not quite. Really terrific work in the outer. Will just prevent a boundary. Shadley ran there.
Yeah, good effort in the deep. You just feel USA are chasing a big total today. And that's how a fearless Indian outfit plays their cricket. Always want to look at a T20 game as a hunting ground. And yet again, they've done the same.
A lovely opportunity here for Tilak Verma to find a little bit of form before the World Cup proper gets underway. And playing these games to try and get a little bit of match fitness, and that is smacked. Again, just one bounce.
Yeah, when it comes to Tilak Varma, yes, runs really matter, but it's the running that also matters. Sometimes you just want to ensure he's not a bit gingerly to take off, not a bit scratchy to run to the other end. He's not ambling across. Of course, you want to come back 101% fit, but there's a big difference between practicing in the nets and playing a match, especially after you're coming back after an injury layoff.
Yeah, the use of Indian A in these warm-up campaigns has really benefited Verma, that's for sure. Well, that's played beautifully. Has it evaded the third? Yes, it has. Oh, Jagadish, another boundary for him. Terrific stuff. He's got a 6 and a 4 in this over.
No bowlers being spared at the moment. That's because both these batters are finding boundaries in front and behind the wicket. Well, he picked up that slower bouncer, but more effectively he cleared the fielder inside the circle because the lack of pace on the ball could have easily spooned to short third. But he's done exceptionally well here, Jagdishan, to play that over short third to fetch another boundary. 12 already with 2 to go in this over. And India yet again making a fist of things.
Oh, they are motoring along, that's for sure. Oh, Jagadish, has he got him? Little Nick behind? No. Well, certainly fancied it.
Rohan Pandit there at the bowler's end, one of the umpires. Now, the bowler didn't really look excited after the ball went past the edge of the bat. But look at Andreas Gauss. He began to celebrate. A half-hearted appeal there by Khan. And then a polite inquiry. And Rohan Pandit says, all right, we can move on to the next ball. His co-partner at square leg is Vinod Seshan as well. The 2 on-field umpires this evening in this game.
Yeah, it's just a cursory look back by Ali Khan. Yeah, that's dug out. A decent ball to finish, just be a single, but it's been a very good over so far. Oh, trouble! Oh, that would have been trouble. Well, a direct hit, and that might have been another. As it was, Indian A remain unscathed. 12 coming from the over, 14 coming from the over, 128 for 111 gone.
I just feel Tilak Varma there was being a bit too adventurous and ambitious. There was no second run, but the fielder needs to be blamed because he was a bit dozy and was caught napping. Varma was running into danger quite certainly, but they'll back themselves. Look at Jagdishan's innings. Sometimes the spotlight could be on the other batter, but it's the other one who ends up getting the runs. And at the moment, this partnership is looking really good because they came together at the score of 43. They've accumulated 80 together.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fabulous, hasn't it? Such a strong side that Indian A have put out. Probably performed pretty well in this campaign, you could probably imagine. Indian A, absolutely. And while the USA got a pretty tough group, of course, with India and Pakistan in there. That has been swung away again. Not quite in the gap. One bounce. Nicely fielded in the end by Mayank Patel.
Yeah, he's happy to chase 180 on this surface. He mentioned he would be more than happy to restrict India A to 180 and chase it down. I asked a similar question to the captain of India A as well at the toss, Johnny. What's the score they'll be looking at? And he mentioned anything in excess of India A to keep things, 180 beg your pardon, to keep things simple.
Yeah, 170 is the average score at this ground. 209 is the highest in T20 cricket. And Van Schalk has been picked up. And another massive one from Jagadish. What a shot!
Ravi Bishnoi takes the catch. Beyond the ropes. Just wincing in pain as well. He may have a role to play with the ball sometime later. But look at that again from the bat of Jagdishan. Just how effortlessly he times the ball and sends it to his dugout. And Ravi Bishnoi says, let me get something going for myself as well and keep myself busy. There again, a boundary very early in the over.
Yeah, just trying to hide the ball outside the off stump is Van Schalk. They'll get through for another single. Jagadish, 76, 77 off 38 has been magnificent thus far.
Tilak Varma His T20 international strike rate is 144. For a batter who comes in at number 3 in pressure situations, to have that kind of a strike rate talks about his pedigree and quality, Johnny.
That's cleverly played. Just trying to hide the ball outside the off stump, and another single.
India at this stage with another good 8 overs in hand would want to believe they can get another 70 to 80 runs, something around 220, I believe, or even more, because it's a very long, strong batting order and firecracker of batters coming along, Johnny.
Yeah, the projected score is 234, and what a total that would be. The highest T20 total of this ground at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. Jagadeeshan across his stumps. How much of that does he get? Enough. One bounce. 4 runs. Clever batting again.
USA have come up against some quality here. Here again, being a bit adventurous, trying to come inside the line of the ball, get a bit cheeky and get inventive. This is T20 cricket. You'll see a lot of these shots coming along as this tournament progresses, as we head into the big World Cup as well.
Again goes across the stumps. Again gets it away on the onside. It'll just be a single to finish what has been a magnificent over again. 14 runs coming from it, and wow, India are motoring 142 for 1, 12 gone.
And there again was a great illustration of what T20 cricket is all about today, Johnny. We've seen the batter trying to go away from the ball. Red ball cricket is all about going close to the ball, getting to the pitch of the ball to negate the swing. But white ball cricket is all about playing your shots and staying away from the ball to create those angles and scoring opportunities. And we've seen both these batters do that. Just manipulate the crease, play along with the field, and create the angles.
Yeah, it's been an exhibition of power hitting from the two of them. Of course, India A is the next best way of getting into the senior side, and plenty of experience all the way through this top order. Noshtush is into the attack. A little bit of a drag down to start off with.
Yeah, this will be interesting because Tilak Varma is in a daring mood right now. He'll back himself to go big. He'll want to flex his muscles. USA will also be just finding their feet, the angles, the dimensions of the ground. Sometimes you play in new territory, you just try to understand how big, how far they need to place themselves.
That's a rare dot delivery. Yeah, Noshtush, one of the most experienced bowlers in this side, played 60 T20Is coming into the World Cup campaign. Looking to turn the ball back into left-handed Verma. He goes big, and he goes long, and he goes all the way again. What a strike!
The margin of error when you're bowling to Tilak Varma is so little. There again, just went down on that left knee of his, picked the length early. No half measures. Pressure will be on Noshtush. He knows ideally that line and length will be back of the length, outside off, but there's not much protection on the deep square of the wicket on the offside.
Oh, big shout for LBW. Where has that pitched? I think I do a little bit of bats. Definitely pitched outside the line as well, I feel.
I just wonder if that appeal had any kind of merit. Pressure on Noshtush at this stage.
I think that's a better approach. Trying to hide the ball outside the off stump. Just cramp him for a little room.
150 comes up courtesy that single. And there's so much time and deliveries left for India in this innings. The lights are switched on in all its glory, but it's these two batters who are lighting up the stage with a flurry of sixes, and we've seen a lot come from their bat this evening.
The pressure's been relentless. Oh, that'll be helped away. Down the leg side. And it's gone all the way. Up go the arms again. Oh, another strike from Jagdishan.
T20 cricket for a good batter is all about getting into good positions and picking the length early, and Jagdishan has been brilliant this evening. Not really using the depth of the crease there, but just picking it and helping it along. And he's got a lot of distance on his hits. We've seen as many as 9 sixes and 16 fours in India A's innings, and we still have another 7 overs to go, which means another 42 deliveries.
Well, it's been an absolute masterclass. You can barely really call this Indian A side a second string with all the experience they have through the top order. And as we'll see with the ball in hand a little later as well, the likes of Verma, of course, who are in the World Cup squad, getting a little bit of a run out today. And it's been absolutely fabulous so far. Shubham Ranjan. Oh, a little tickle down the leg side, and that will be gone. India A lose their second, and it's Verma who has to go.
Yeah, finally a break for USA. They were receiving some treatment, they were at the receiving end, but that short delivery comes in very handy. Nice catch by Andres Gauss, just climbed on the batter there, and Tilak Varma getting some glove on it. Much needed breakthrough here, as Tilak Varma will walk back for an entertaining 39, what's been a very fine innings by him, and this will also mean the captain, Ayush Badoni, walks out, while India on top, and India in control of things at the moment.
Well, they are indeed. It's been the most fabulous display so far. Absolutely blistering batting as the lights take fuller hold. Wonderful to see so many eyeballs here at the DY Patil Stadium as well. And there we go, drinks break. 156 for 2 after 13.1.
Drinks break.
So there we go, we're back after the drinks break. Shubham Ranjane has picked up a wicket in his second over. Ayush Badoni is the skipper who's in and gets a nice looking Yorker. A little bit of in-dip as well. They'll get it away for a single. Badoni.
Yeah, Badoni is in, that's because Tilak Varma departed a delivery before. Nice little short ball, well directed, had an extra bit of bounce. Took some part of the glove on the way to the wicketkeeper Andres Gauss. Need to make a comeback here for USA. You've got that big wicket of Varma, you need a couple of more.
I could just do with stemming the flare of runs here. Going along 11.8, projected score of around about 236. Jagdishan has been unbelievable, 89 off 42. Striking at 211.
Yeah, shot third, and And shot fine up in the circle. A very unconventional deep backward point here for Ranjane.
Gets a little bit of width. Not quite into the gap.
The reason why you have that point, which is very much a squarish deep third, is because of the angle at which Shubham Ranjane is coming to the right-handed batter, and the plan is to just keep it wide of his arc, back of the length. Those in-between lengths is what bowlers will try to look for early on.
Yeah, actually the go-to has actually been trying to hide that ball outside the off-stump as legitimately as possible. Gives himself a little bit of room. Trying to open up the offside. It'll just be another single.
Ayush Badoni, another wonderful batter. Had his moments in domestic cricket, franchise cricket in the IPL. Plays for the Lucknow Super Giants. Represents the state team Delhi. Very diminutive in his frame, but he can be the most destructive batter on his day.
Jagadeeshan getting across that off stump, trying to negate the width that Ranjane is bowling out there.
Jagadeeshan's best T20 score is 88. This by far is his best performance with the bat. Has 11 50s, make this 12. Can he just add 9 more and just continue the good work as long as he can?
What an innings it's been, 91 or 44. Now that will be bowled again, I suspect. Will it? No. We judged a legitimate delivery. Good over, Ranjane. Just 4 runs coming from it and just stemming the flow of runs of Rakshan. 160 for 2, 14 gone. Well, the USA have used 9 bowlers so far in the carnage that is ensued thus far. That will be more runs and that'll be another boundary. Beautifully played again by Jagadeeshan. He marches on to 95.
Yeah, he's been sublime. Just the way he's played all around the dial this evening. There again, used the depth of the crease. Imparted the pace on the ball. Call this a warm-up game, but it's the batters who are hotting up with their runs in the middle. This is how beautifully they've got to this 164.
Yeah, the leg spin of Mohamed Mohsin. That has been a drag down, and it's in the air, oh, just falling short. Oh, Jagadeeshan, a little lucky on that occasion.
Yeah, for a moment I felt that was going into the hands of Shadley Wine. Shalkai was readying himself for that catch, just felt he'd lost it in the lights there. It was in the air for the bit. That's because Jagadeeshan mistimed it.
Well, that has been helped on his way. Probably a little disappointed, but only to miss out that. Just a single added to the score, yes. A little frustration there, a bit of a swing of the bat.
Yeah, you want to try every option over here if you're a bowling side in the warm-up game. Just see who's working what.
Well, exactly. An opportunity to experiment, of course, before the World Cup proper.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to be careful as well. If you don't have a good outing in your warm-up games, you need to erase that memory.
It's bowled nicely.
You just need to go into the World Cup with a very clear, positive frame of mind, irrespective of games won or lost in the warm-up matches. They hold no bearing, Johnny. The mindset should be very clear.
Yeah, exactly that. You don't want to take any emotional baggage from these experiences. It's just about confidence that you can get and experience as well. That's been dragged down, but that's cleverly played by Jagadish. They'll go back for two. And they get back comfortably. That is superb running. Really impressive from Jagadish. He goes up to 99 off 48 deliveries. 170 for two, 15 gone, still 5 to go. Very nice to have Purval Tati back alongside us, and well, Indian Air, I have to say, have got off to a rip-roaring display, haven't they, of 15 overs?
Thanks, Johnny. To be fair, some pretty ordinary bowling and some shoddy fielding has assisted that 170 for 2 in the 15 overs so far. But what a wonderful hand by N. Jagadish, 99 runs of just 48 deliveries against a team which in the last edition made their way all through to the Super 8s. So good outing here so far for Jagadish.
Clever, very clever indeed by the captain. Just getting across his stumps and whipping back to the square on the leg side. Lovely batting.
And you can see why someone like Ayush Badoni is considered like a rarity in the cricketing parlance, especially someone who comes in the middle overs, doesn't really shy away from tonking the ball from the get-go. Ayush Badani just recently was included in the one-day team. Yeah, but what a wonderful start so far for Ayush in this over.
Again across the stumps. Wow, what a pickup that is. How far has it gone? Oh, it sails over the ropes. It's another maximum for Badoni. Oh, terrific batting.
Yeah, that's surely a body blow to Shadley. Coming around the wicket this time and tilting to that same plan. Ayush Badoni went inside the line, and that courage and confidence with that skill set that he possesses, whipping it long deep over the fence. Good batting here by Ayush.
Yeah, great to see so many eyeballs in the stadium as well. Really handsome crowd we have here. 4 and now 6. Oh, goes again, straight to this time. Does it carry the distance? It does. Oh, firstly a boundary and then back-to-back sixes for the skipper.
Yeah, the USA team bearing the brunt and just getting an idea what kind of talent the Indian team possesses. These are French players who have not made it to the final squad, but look at what a wonderful talent Ayush Badoni is. This time completely going in the opposite direction. Proper cricketing shot that.
Absolute carnage here at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. Oh, gets the reverse out. Misses out and only with himself.
Many a times, Johnny, especially in the subcontinental conditions, if you want to judge how far and deep a team can go in a multi-country format, it's how and what their bowling department possesses in the tail end overs. And Shadley so far has not given a good account of himself.
Some horrible figures. Oh, short. Tucked into the offside. One bounce. Another single to the total, and oh, still 15 off the over thus far. Oh, his figures, none for 30 off 1.4. A fairly expensive outing for Van Schok.
The point I'm trying to make here is, power play usually will tilt towards the batting team. If not, that is a crumbling pitch that you've been given. But if you have some kind of stealth in the slog overs, you could just pull things back. But what a wonderful outing so far for Jagadish.
Oh, there it is, cleverly played. And that'll be 100 of the highest class by Jagadish. Coming off 49 balls as well. What an exhibition.
And you can see what it means for Jagadish. Pumping the air, jumping, soaking in the applause of this crowd and the dugout. Yes, it's a warm-up game for the USA side, but for the India A team, an opportunity to impress upon everyone. Wonderful 100 here by Jagdishan, coming off just 49 deliveries, 11 fours, 5 sixes laced in that. A pretty smart striking of 204. Well done, Jagdishan.
Yeah, what a classy exhibition. Still 4 overs to go. India A 188 for 2. Our projected score, we're looking here, 236.
Right, now what does this man have in his remaining 2 overs? You saw how wonderful he was in that match against Pakistan in the previous edition of the T20 World Cup. So Netra Volkar, once again, a lot will tilt upon his shoulders, how he does